Come closer. The shadows have missed you, and tonight they have a new story to tell. Welcome to Scary Stories After Dark. Laughter tore down the street, sharp and careless. A girl in a glittering witch costume stumbled off a porch, cider bottle in hand, phone glowing in the other. Her boots clacked, leaves scraped across pavement, music thumped faintly behind her. Then, stillness. On the porch beside her feet, a bouquet, black roses bound in a white ribbon. Too perfect to be real. She blinked, bent down, lifted it. The thorns bit her palms. She hissed, dropped them. Too late. Tiny black spines pushed from her skin, creeping under her nails, splitting her veins with fire. Her scream tore through the night. A shadow unfurled from the fog at the end of the street. Not walking, jerking, bone by bone, like strings pulled by unseen hands. The wedding dress dragged, shredded lace, blackened hem. Fingers long, claws black, twitching like they itched to tear. A grin too wide, teeth gleaming. Eyes, nothing but void. The girl staggered back, clutching her hands. Her phone clattered to the pavement, screen cracked, light sputtering. She turned. Ran. The sound followed, cloth scraping, bones snapping, breath like broken glass. She tripped, looked back. The bouquet lay in the street where she dropped it, but the roses were standing upright, like something invisible still held them. Her scream cut short. The Thorned Bride bent low, grin stretching wider as the black roses bloomed blood red. Bass thumped through bone-hollow rest like a heartbeat. Orange lights strung across porches, paper bats hanging limp in the cold. Halloween night was alive. Bristol zipped up her leather jacket, a fake machete strapped to her back. Another year, another horror marathon, she muttered, boots crunching leaves. Bosco swung a cooler at his side, beer caps rattling. We're basically a traveling 80s slasher movie at this point. Poppy rolled her eyes. Yeah, except nobody dies. That's the rule. Finn, clutching his VHS print tote, whispered, That's how sequels start. Jasper raised a plastic skull and toasted the street. Here's to staying alive, losers. Laughter, breath visible in the cold. Their boots hit the cracked sidewalk in sync. Houses glowed ahead, party hop central. Bone hollow rests, tradition. Open doors, open bars, costumes everywhere. Legend says the Thorned Bride shows up at the last house, Finn said, mock serious. Legend says she's just a drunk prom queen with gardening issues, Bristol shot back. Bosco wagged his cooler. If she's real, she can carry this for me. More laughter. Paper bats fluttered overhead. Then, silence. A bouquet sat on a porch rail, black roses tied with white ribbon. Poppy slowed. That's new. Finn's joking tone faltered. Guys, seriously, don't touch that. Bosco grinned. Relax, horror nerd. It's just decoration. Wind rattled the leaves. Somewhere far off, a girl screamed, quick, cut short. They all froze. "Okay," Bristol whispered. "Not funny anymore." A shadow shifted behind a lit window across the street. Too tall, too thin. Grinning. "Move," she said. They moved. The next house roared with music, strobe lights through frosted windows, costumes spilling onto the lawn. Normal, safe. Bristol forced a laugh. "See? Told you, just another party." But her fingers stayed tight on her jacket zipper. Inside, warm bodies, cider smell, fake cobwebs, a DJ in a Jason mask. Poppy leaned in. "I'm not crazy, right? We all saw that bouquet." "Decoration," Bosco said, opening a beer. "Chill." Finn's eyes darted to the window. "Then why did that girl scream?" Jasper threw an arm around him. "Because it's Halloween. Somebody stubbed a toe." Laughter, music, bass. Then the power flickered. For a heartbeat, the strobe froze everyone mid-dance. In that frozen white flash, the bride stood at the far end of the room. Black dress shredded, fingers twitching, grin stretching wide. No one screamed. The lights came back before the crowd saw. Only the 5 of them had. "She's here," Finn breathed. The DJ dropped a bass line. People cheered. The bride was gone. Bristol grabbed Poppy's wrist. "We're leaving." "No," Jasper hissed. "If we bolt, we look insane." On the snack table, a single black rose, perfect, upright. Waiting. Bosco reached for it before thinking. A thorn pricked his finger. He hissed, pulled back. Tiny black spines pushed up from under his nail. "Bosco," Poppy whispered. The music cut out. Cold rolled through the room, the crowd's chatter dulled like a radio being turned down. A voice rose from nowhere. A layered whisper, many brides speaking at once.
"Come closer."
Everyone in costumes kept dancing, oblivious. The friends backed toward the door. Bosco clutched his hand. "It burns." From the hallway, cloth scraping, bone snapping. The Thorned Bride's grin emerged first from the dark. "Run," Bristol said. They ran. The front door slammed behind them. Night swallowed their laughter whole. Leaves skittered across the street like insects. Houses glowed orange and purple. Bone Hollow Rests parties had spilled into the yards. Costumed bodies swayed, plastic fangs, fake blood. None of it felt fake anymore. "Basement," Bristol hissed. Back of the house, we cut through. Bosco's hand trembled, thorns already black under his nails. "It's burning." "Keep moving," she snapped. They darted between costumed strangers, pushing through the yard toward a side door. Nobody noticed them. Nobody noticed her. From the corner of her eye, Bristol saw a veil dragging along the grass, fingers twitching, grin cutting the dark. Gone again. Inside, a laundry room. dim, no music. They bolted the door, breath ragged. "Okay," Jasper whispered. "Somebody please tell me we're just drunk." Poppy gripped the washer with white knuckles. "We're not. She's real." From the ceiling came a scraping sound, cloth, bones flexing. Finn's eyes went wide. "She's above us." A whisper slid down through the vents, 100 brides layered on top of each other.
Marked 9.
The light flickered. A black rose slid under the door as if pushed by an invisible hand. Bosco groaned, fell to one knee. Thorns erupted across his forearm, splitting skin like cracked porcelain. Bristol hauled him up. "We're moving." They ran down the narrow basement steps. The air smelled of damp earth and dust. Halloween decorations in storage boxes stared back like frozen faces. From the stairs above, a creak. Then another. Then the bride's fingers curling around the railing, impossibly long, black nails scraping the wood. Her head tilted down into the stairwell, veil hanging, grin wide enough to split her skull. Poppy grabbed a rusted broom handle. "We have to fight." "No," Finn hissed. "We don't even know the rules." The bride jerked down a step. Another. Every movement a broken wedding march. Bristol shoved Bosco behind her. "Out the back now." They bolted through a low doorway into the yard. Pumpkins smashed underfoot, party sounds warped and muffled like underwater. The bride followed, veil dragging across the threshold. Bosco stumbled, clutching his arm. Thorns crawled up his neck like black vines. He fell. The bride bent low, fingers twitching inches from his face, whispering.
"Midnight."
Bristol hurled a metal chair. It crashed into the bride, veil whipping aside to reveal a mouthful of serrated teeth. The bride's grin widened. The friends ran. They tore down an alley, lungs burning. Halloween lights buzzed weakly overhead, bulbs flickering orange, then dead. They collapsed against a graffiti-tagged wall. Bristol braced her hands on her knees. "No more running blind," she hissed. "We need answers." Bosco groaned, clutching his arm. Thorns split his skin in jagged ridges. Black veins spread toward his collarbone. Poppy ripped off her scarf, tied it tight. "Pressure. I don't know what else to do." Finn's hands shook as he dug in his tote bag. Old horror magazines, crumpled notes. His eyes were wide, manic. "She's real," he gasped. "I knew it. Urban legend. My ass." "Finn," Bristol snapped. "Focus." He yanked out a folded photocopy, edges stained. Local newspaper, 1987, headline, "Bride found dead, body thorned like vine." Beneath it, a grainy photo of black roses on a casket. Finn's voice cracked. They said she was buried with thorns in her veins, that she swore to take back what was hers every Halloween until someone stopped her. The group went still. Bosco's ragged breathing filled the alley. "What do you mean, take back what's hers?" Poppy whispered. Finn didn't answer. Instead, his eyes flicked to Bosco's arm, then to his own wrist. He tugged up his sleeve. A scar, thin, black, like a thorn had once pushed out long ago. "No," Jasper breathed. Finn's voice shook. "I was a kid, picked up a bouquet once. It disappeared, but it left this. I never thought." Bristol's blood ran cold. "She's not just hunting randoms. She's coming for me," Finn whispered. Above them, laughter cut short at a nearby party. A scream broke the air. Shadows flickered against the alley walls. The Thorned Bride's voice slid between the bricks, layered and soft.
"Shard, mine."
The bouquet of roses appeared at the alley's mouth, upright, perfect, waiting. Bosco's thorns split his collarbone. Finn's scar pulsed black. The bride's shadow stretched long into the alley, veil dragging behind her. Bristol stepped forward, fire in her chest. "Then we kill her before midnight." The bride's grin flashed, teeth gleaming.
"Try."
They crashed through a back door, stumbled into an empty house. Halloween decorations sagged from the walls, cobwebs, plastic skeletons, strings of dead bulbs. Abandoned after the party, quiet now. Too quiet. Bristol slammed the lock. "Barricade." Jasper dragged a dresser across the door, beer cans rattling to the floor. Poppy gripped a shattered chair leg like a spear. Finn fumbled through drawers, pulled out a rusted fireplace poker. His hands shook. Bosco leaned against the wall, sweat pouring, thorns ripped across his neck like black lightning. "It's within me," he choked. "She's within me." Bristol pressed her hand over his. "You're not gone, not yet." From outside came the dragging sound, lace and veil across the pavement. Then her voice, slipping through the cracks in the wood.
"Forever mine."
The windows went dark. Every jack-o'-lantern on the porch guttered out at once. The house trembled. Poppy raised the chair leg. "This is Bridezilla on steroids." "No," Finn whispered. "This is worse." The lock snapped. The dresser shoved forward an inch. Another. Claws scraped the wood, fingers twitching under the crack. Bristol grabbed the poker from Finn. "Fight now, panic later." Glass shattered, a window blown in by invisible force. Cold air swept the room. Black roses scattered across the floor, blooming as they hit, thorns writhing like worms. The Thorned Bride bent through the broken frame, veil brushing the floor. Her grin stretched, teeth long and gleaming. Bosco screamed, but it wasn't his voice. It was hers. The bride's whisper poured from his mouth.
"Midnight."
The group froze. Bosco's eyes rolled white, black veins pulsing. Poppy shoved Bristol. "He's changing. He's one of her." "No," Bristol roared. "She's using him." The bride lunged. Bristol swung the poker, metal split lace. The bride shrieked, the sound of 100 veils tearing at once. Her body convulsed, shattered into a storm of black thorns that rattled across the walls. Silence. Then, the thorns quivered, slid back together. Her grin reformed in the dark corner of the room. She leaned forward, veil dripping like ink.
Try harder.
The dresser split in half. The house shook. The Thorned Bride surged closer, teeth gleaming, bouquet blooming in her hand. Bristol raised the poker again, heart pounding. Then we burn the whole goddamn town. The town square burned with jack-o'-lantern light. Fog crawled low, wrapping the cobblestones like a shroud. Bristol dragged Bosco by the arm, his veins black, thorns ripping through his skin. Poppy and Jasper flanked them with makeshift weapons. Finn stumbled at the rear, clutching his scar like it pulsed fire. The church bell tolled 11:57. 3 minutes. The Thorned Bride circled the square, her veil dragged. Her grin split wider than her face should allow. Her whisper poured from every window, every gutter, every shadow.
The shard, mine.
They backed toward the fountain. Its water was black, reflecting nothing. Bristol planted her feet, poker clenched. We ended here. The bride surged forward, veil snapping like wings. Her bouquet burst, roses spinning in the air like blades. Poppy screamed, swung her chair leg, thorns sliced her cheek, blood streaming. Jasper hurled a brick. It vanished into the veil, her grin only grew. Bosco convulsed, dropped to his knees. His mouth opened, the bride's whisper poured out, thick and wrong.
Closer.
Finn grabbed his scar. She's pulling me. The veins in his wrist bulged, black roses pressing against the skin. Bristol's heart pounded. The bell tolled 11:59. She locked eyes with Finn. Then we cut her out of view. She drove the poker into the scar. Finn screamed. The bride shrieked, her body convulsed, splitting into 100 veils and thorns that tore across the square. Lights blew out, windows shattered, the town howled with her rage. The bell tolled midnight. The bride exploded into a storm of roses, petals black, teeth scattered among them. Her grin dissolved into smoke, her whisper cut off. Silence. The 5 collapsed against the fountain, bleeding, shaking, alive. Bristol's chest heaved. It's over. Then, Bosco groaned, raised his hand. From under his nail, a single thorn pushed free. Black, sharp, still growing. The fountain water rippled, turned red. The Thorned Bride's whisper slipped back through the fog, softer now, almost sweet.
Ever mine.